Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today we're going to do the first look on this brand new MOVA V70 Ultra Complete robot vacuum cleaner. In this video, I'm going to do the unboxing, go over all the specs, show you how tall and everything is. We're going to connect it to my smartphone, show you how to edit the map, go over the settings, and then we'll do a cleaning over in the world famous Just a Dad corner cleaning test area. But first, I did purchase this robot vacuum cleaner with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video, but I do use links. If you purchase this product using a link off of my website or in my description of this video, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. You can find the specs. These are the specs that I think are important to a robot vacuum cleaner on my website, justadadapproved.com. It'll be on the website, and eventually the review will be. I got to go live with this for 3 months before I find out if it gets the approved sticker or not. But if you want to find all the robots that are already approved, check out my website, Dad's Top Picks, on justadadapproved.com. Okay, I paid $1,400 for this. This is an extremely expensive robot, but it looks like to be a flagship, lots of advanced features, and some new stuff. There's 2 new things I've never seen on a robot. Now, I purchased mine off of Amazon, and the listing went away a couple days later. So I don't know what's going on with it. It's not even on the MOVA website, so maybe the launch isn't for another couple days, but I hope it didn't get caught up into that FCC ban. I just did a video on that future robots will be banned by the FCC, so maybe this got in under the radar. Okay, let's get started. So since it's the Complete, it comes with extra accessories, 6 mop pads, extra set of brush rollers, 2 dustbin filters, and a side brush. I'm estimating this to be about $150 worth of parts. Like it comes with a really nice manual, very complete, power cord, big solution bottles. Okay, let's jump. What are the new things? Extra long reach mop pad. This is new. We'll see how it works, but that thing's gonna really go out far. I think the side brush also reaches out really far too. But probably one of the biggest things is a bagless dust bin. No more bags. Now, we do have to clean this filter here, and I'm gonna go over all that, but this is a bagless dust bin. So you're gonna take this to the trash can. You gotta take this off, and then you're gonna empty everything out. That's got like a little magnetic flapper there. I think you can wash all of this. Now, this is a filter. You're gonna slide this up. This comes out. You'll have to replace this filter, so you do have some parts that you still have to buy for it, even though you're not buying a bag, but this is pretty cool. I'm excited for it. And then there is just a foam filter, and then you slide this in. And then this is very well designed. It just clicks in, like, very well. Over here, then again, you're simply just gonna slide it in, make sure you get it all the way. Solution tank, 2 solution tanks, A and B. One's for a pet odor solution. The base station is going to determine how much it mixes with it. Up top, clean water tank and a dirty water tank. This one is 4 liters. The clean water tank is actually a little bit bigger than the dirty water tank, even though you can't tell. This one's 3.5 or something. But around back, you're going to plug the power cord in there. It's 3-prong. It's 6 feet long. There is a switch. Make sure that switch is in the line position. And then 120 volts, 60 hertz, 750 watts during hot water cleaning. Base station looks like a standard V50, 17.5 inches or 44 centimeters front to back. Left to right, you're about 16.5, 42 centimeters. Now you have to be able to lift that lid all the way. And the lid needs 28 inches or 71 centimeters tall. And the robot width, 13.75 or 35 centimeters. It does have LiDAR that goes up and down. It says it's, right at 9 centimeters, 8.8 centimeters, but I measure about 9. Height, 3.5 inches tall. So here we have the base station. It's gonna fill the robot up with water. It doesn't say anything about hot water. It does talk about fast charging, auto empty port right here. This is where it heats the water to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, which is almost boiling with these heating pads. The water comes out right here, and then you will have to take this filter out to clean. This is a proven dock that works really well, and it can leave its mop pads back at the base station. Kind of a tried and true docking system for washing the mop pads. Again, physical buttons up here, LiDAR goes up and down. Looks like some sensors here, an LED light, camera. It does have remote viewing. This looks different. It has extra long reach. They say that is 16, no, the mop pads are 16 centimeters. But you can definitely tell there's a little bit more of a mechanism there to help it extend. Side sensor, and here is, that's the one that extends 16 centimeters. Wow. To go around chair legs, and it also pushes the mop pads down 15 newtons of downward force. Wow. Up top here, it's got the standard Dreamy X50 filter, MOVA V70. This is kind of, again, a tried and true system. I'm glad to see them not changing everything. This just works, although sometimes there's an O-ring over here that you want to make sure this goes in flush. There's a Wi-Fi reset button right there. Now this does have the leap wheels, and it will go over a 3.5 inch threshold. This is a proven system that works very well too. Mop pads, these are the swivel ones. They're held on with Velcro. It's the standard mop pad. It does spray water on the mop pad to keep them wet. There's that extra reach you're going to get. And it's got the dual brush roller design. This is a proven system. It floats on the end, so the long hairs are directed to the end. It gets sucked in. This works really well. It's not 100%, but I hope they gave us the slider scale for how often it auto empties. Again, side brush. That looks like a standard design. Carpet sensor, cliff sensors you got to wipe off once in a while. And this nice solid, this feels really solid, this front wheel. Okay, I've got a hack here for you. Every time you empty the dirty water tank, put an Effordent tablet. These things really stink, so put a tablet in there and that'll kill the odor. I do have a link. This is a really good brush for cleaning, and all this is on my website and in the description. Okay, I got the blue solution, goes in the blue, the multi-purpose, and then this is the pet odor solution, goes in the B. Time to turn the robot on. Let's turn it on. Press and hold the power button. Yeah, we got a really cool light. Ooh, there's even on these side lights. I'm sure it's got a cool startup.
Robot, please open robot's cover and scan QR.
Okay, so that raises. Sometimes the whole robot raises. Okay. Okay, you're going to need the MOVA app. It's free to use. The S70, by the way, is doing amazing at my home. I just started a global clean. So hit the plus button. You're going to use your camera, scan the QR code right here on top. Next, you'll select your Wi-Fi, give it your Wi-Fi password. It only works on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Robot's already turned on. You need to reset the Wi-Fi. You're going to hold these two buttons right here.
Waiting for the network configuration.
All right, now I'm going to select device hotspot. Join. This is going to transmit a Wi-Fi signal that your tablet has to connect to. The tablet's going to connect to this, tell it what Wi-Fi to go connect to. Sometimes you have to manually do it, go into your Wi-Fi settings and connect to it, but hopefully it's all automatic. You're going to get 3 check marks here.
The result.
Okay, it speaks to you and says that it's connected.
Network connected successfully.
Okay, now it's time to charge. Ooh, it doesn't like to move when it's powered on. Sometimes the wheels get really feisty. Make sure you hear charging.
Charging.
There is a light right here to let you know that the dock is on and I'm charging. All right, let's hit finish. Ooh, doesn't come with much charge, darn. All right, let's go enter it and see if there's an update. Agree. I can hear like a little fan or something, like it's fast charging. Okay, do I have pets? Yes. Heavy? Yes. Do you have multiple floors? Yes. I definitely recommend leaving Do Not Disturb on. Do you want that thing to really extend in the corners? Yes, absolutely. I don't like the voice assistant. All right, now we're in. I want to go back to settings. I don't want to. Okay. Okay, there is a new firmware. I want to see. Whoops. I just want to see. I guess I got to do it. I was wanting to see it in here, the way maybe it would tell us. But anyway, just go ahead and do the update. Okay, this is what I was wanting. I don't know. I was hoping it would tell me. Fix the known bug, optimize cleaning experience. That's what it was. Okay, so turn this on and then update now.
Updating. Taking about 5 minutes. Do not turn off nor start a cleaning task.
Yeah, there's definitely a little fan going just from charging it, I think. Let's go over all the specs. 1,400 bucks, 40,000 pascals of suction. Wow. Mop pad removal, 15 newtons of downward pressure, corner reach, dual brush, water tank. It has a video camera. Thresholds, 9 centimeters or 3.58 threshold with leaf wheels. Doesn't talk anything about chassis lift. I couldn't find anything. Mop pad extends a lot further out. 300 RPMs per minute. Comes with lots of parts. 212 degrees for hot water mopping, 158 for hot air. No sign of a dirt detect, but it's probably going to have that sensor on the front that can detect stains, I bet. 1 hour mop pad drying, bagless, dirty water tank. That's the different sizes, and here's what it comes with. Okay, that took about 10 minutes. Now let's hit the back button. Ooh, that must mean it's like fast charging or something. It does seem to be charging pretty quick. All right, you're just going to hit start fast mapping, but let's just go through the settings real quick. Dock settings, mop wash settings, auto, smart, level. That's like how much water it uses. I like the temperature. Go to temperature. I like high temperature, but it is going to soak it. Doesn't say that though. All right, mop drying 1, 2, or 3 hours. Dust box and tank drying is on. Auto empty. Do we got the slider scale? This is super important for pets. If you have pets, I like mine. I don't use any of these. This is how often it goes back to auto empty the dustbin. In my opinion, the more it can go back, the better. Now, this is pretty low. I had mine on this and it was all going back quite a bit, but you can fine tune it. Love that feature. Detergent, mopping with detergent, mop washing with detergent. Tank A, you can turn it on or off. Tank B is on. Wood floor, so make sure you select which one you have. I have the pet floor. Pet detergent, you could put wood floor. How often? I want high. Now the pet stuff has a lot to do with when you tell it where the pet beds are and stuff in the settings after you map your home. Washboard, you can clean the washboard. It doesn't do a very good job. Floor cleaning. Auto LDS, lower the LiDAR. I just leave it on that once that's setting. Low clearance area, high, up. Collision avoidance on. Auto attach and detach mop is on. Clean along floor direction. Once you map your home, you can tell it what direction your floor is going on. This is a cool one. Dynamic optical avoidance area. It's going to clean your entire home, but if there was a room it couldn't get to, it'll go back and try to get to that room. I actually like that. Now here are these are still laboratory functions. I'll test them out later, but you can turn those on, but it may recognize like a knot in your wood as a stain. But it does a pretty good job. Carpet settings. You got all, or you can pick a single carpet. So let's go all. We want to vacuum it. You don't want to put a void or cross or it won't do anything. Mop on carpet. You want to lift the mop pad or you can remove the mop pad. I like to remove it. Clean carpets first is on. Carpet boost. Now, I'll leave that on. It does work better with that on, but it can be kind of noisy. Anytime it's on carpet, it goes to max suction. Intensive carpet cleaning, it just goes in a bunch more patterns to clean it better. Side brush, rotate on carpet. I do like that, but you can turn that off. All good stuff. Edge and corner cleaning. Smart corner vacuuming. Not sure what they're talking about that. It'll detect an edge and it extends that brush. Lots of it. Smart mop extend, deep cleaning around forelegs. That means it's going to do more work around chair legs, which actually that might be a good thing now. Because with it extending like that, it might do a better job. And then edge boost. I'll learn more about those. Optical avoidance. Intelligent optical avoidance is on. Custom optical. Supports AI. I don't know what this is. Add a custom. Oh, this is interesting. How to add custom. Describe the optical. Oh, this is excellent. You can take a picture of something that's in your house and then tell it that that's an obstacle. So say there's like a ball that gets dropped on the floor a bunch, or a shoe that's constantly being left in the middle of the floor. You could take a picture of it. I like this. This is new. Yeah, I've agreed. Pictures, so it's off. If you want pictures to be taken, you can turn it on. I do. Fill light is on. That's got some exciting stuff. Obstacle across, this is the robotic legs. How do you want it to do? Synchronized, hurdle. You'll just have to see which one works the best. A lot of times the hurdle does for obstacles. It kind of teeter-totters, yeah. Pet care. This was where you go on. You can turn that on or off. That's where you put the pet activity zones, pet moments. That's where it can take pictures of your pets. Map management. This is where you do multiple floor maps. Real-time camera. More function. The voice assistant I got off. That's do not disturb battery. Off-peak super fast charging is on. Charging limit's 100%. Resume and cleaning mode, child lock notifications, device maintenance. You can drain the robot. Find your robot is kind of hidden. Not that it ever works. Your robot usually goes to sleep before it. You can find it. And device information. This is where you change the name. I'm going to go to square feet. Firmware update. We're up to date. Doesn't really say what it fixed. All right. Wow. Yeah, you got Clean Genius, you've got custom, you can do vacuum only, mop only, you got a slider scale for how wet you want the mop pad, how often it washes it, cleaning patterns, vacuum and mop, mop after vacuum, yeah, mop after vacuum, and then you can customize each room. But I gotta map my home first. These are the dock controls. This is important. You can do an auto empty event. You can wash the mop pad. You can stop dust bag drying, start mop pad drying, or stop it. This is important when you do multi-level because you've got to manually do all those. All right, let's do fast mapping.
Start mapping. It will take about 5 to 10.
Now this is really important. You can add a no-go zone during the mapping, and you can add a threshold or a ramp. These are super important. If you have thresholds, it'll deploy the wheels and go over those thresholds. It just pauses the robot. So it removed the mop pads. Now it's going to randomly go around your house. And the coolest thing in the world, you get to see the map being made in live view. That's just amazing. And it's quiet. It's got those quiet wheels. And there's the map. Okay, there's the map. Took a little bit longer than normal, but there it is. All the different rooms, different colors. We've even got this wood floor thing. So let's edit the map. Map editing, it's gonna walk you through. Okay, room management, cleaning order. We got no-go zones, threshold ramp, furniture, carpet, low clearance, curtains, and floor material. Let's do room management. Let's divide up a room. I want to divide this room. If the line is dotted, you can't, it won't divide the room. Take your time. This is important. This really helps out, and you can change this later, but it really helps out with your cleaning task and different things. You can hide rooms, you can rename them. Again, take your time. This will also help when you're doing scheduled tasks. I'm going to do a corner. But I recommend using the names that they have because it cleans rooms differently based on if it's a hallway or a kitchen or something. Let's do cleaning order. This is the order in which when you do a full home clean, this is the order it starts. You just take these 3 little lines and hold it and you change out the order. I love being able to do this. No-go zones, you can add these later. I know there's one area, let's do a no-go zone over here. It's gonna struggle with computer cables. You can't put it by the dock. But I know in this room, there's just too much going on in this room. You can do virtual walls, which is a line it won't go past. And no mop zones are yellow. So you can fine tune where it won't mop. Have it clean your home for a while, see where it's getting into trouble. Carpet, let it clean your home for a couple days before you can fine tune the carpet. But I don't like to do that right off the get-go. I want it to recognize low clearance areas. You can tell it where to lower the lidar. See where it figures out first, and then you can fine tune it. Curtains, thresholds. This has those robotic arms. So this one, if you have thresholds, you're definitely going to want to use passable thresholds. Don't put it by the stairs because it turns off the cliff sensors. And ramps. Ramps are different. That's what they look like. So cool stuff. And again, I can hear that fan. So it must be fast charging fan. They always give these cool animations. Yeah, that's new. I didn't see the ad pop up this time. All right, then we can do a zone clean. 1, 2, or 3 passes. You can change the zone, tell it how to clean the zone. You can add other zones. It's going to clean the entire home, however you tell it. You can do Clean Genius, vacuum, mop after vacuum, or vacuum after, or mop and vacuum. Or you can select the rooms and it'll clean the rooms in the order you select. And you can tell it to do however you want. So lots of settings here, lots of stuff going on. Okay, let's tell it to clean the corner test area. Let's do 2 passes, vacuum and mop, vacuum up pretty high, water level up pretty high, intensive.
Start selected room cleaning.
That blue light is cool.
Mop pads installed.
So it's going to wash the mop pads and fill the robot up with water.
Mop pads.
This is new. That's our progress bar. That's just I like it. And they always give you really cool icons up here at the front when it's doing its thing. This all sounds pretty standard for a MOVA or Dreamy Roborock. Clean water tank, dirty water tank filling up. Yeah, you can hear the mop pad spinning. Nothing unusual here so far. Okay, the LiDAR raises. I'm super excited about this. I kind of like the black and gold. It's pretty attractive. Okay, let's see how the MOVA V70 Ultra Complete is going to clean up these muddy paw prints and this big mess. Now, it might have thought that was a cable or something and went around it. So it does the perimeter of the room first, and then it goes back and forth in nice straight lines. I've got the suction turned up to max. It's very quiet. It must have thought that was an obstacle right there. Wow, it's doing a good job. It's doing a good job of mopping. Some of that mud was dried on. A little bit left, but it's got one more pass. Wow. It's clean. That did a great job of mopping. Now, the first pass on the corners was okay. I thought it would have got that one better. Again, it thought there was an obstacle here. This one, it really struggled. This one had quite a bit of stuff. But I got it. It's going to do 2 passes. A lot of that was kitty litter, so that can be hard to pick up. Looks like we're starting the second pass. It should do the perimeter of the room again. Man, it did a much better job. a few little particles right there. But this is able to put them, it's the first one I've seen that puts the mop pad in the corner. Yeah, it still thinks there was something there, that piece of hair. Not too bad. So it's going to go back, it's going to do the crisscross pattern now. Yeah, there in the corner it thinks, oh, it thought that was a cord. So it's gonna avoid it. And then this, it never really identified it, it just avoided it. So here's our status. Looking good. Let's go back. Ooh, that looks cool. These icons are pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can't see some special deployments of that mop roller, because that's what this thing was designed for. That does reach out longer. Yeah, that's a... Ooh, wow. That is going under there pretty far. Wow. Okay, it's definitely cleaning a lot more with that special arm. It's definitely getting into more areas. That is definitely pretty cool. I thought this was going to have the duster on it, but I guess that's the Dreamy model. It's pretty cool when it deploys them. Looks like we might get a low level deployment, but you don't get like any special things on there when it deploys those arms extra long. The blue light's not too powerful either. It's kind of breathing going back and forth. I'd say this floor is about 98% clean. It got the mud, got all the hair, other than seeing that one area as an obstacle. Wonder if it's going to lower the LiDAR. Yep.
Cleaning completed. Returning to the dock to charge.
Super quiet when it travels. That was probably the best job I've seen of a MOVA or Dreamy product under something with its LiDAR lowered. I think they've improved that coverage, but all right. It created a low flying area, where it lowers the LiDAR. That's the blue square. If you need to add that, you can add that yourself. We do have some hair wrap on the side brush. We'll check the main brush.
Start charging. Start auto empty.
It's spinning the brush roller, I think. That's new. Sounded like a good auto empty, but we've got a new feature. It's spinning the brush roller before it auto empties. I like that. Okay. And they tell us very little about these things.
Start cleaning mop pad.
But that's a new feature, spinning the brush roller in case there's a clog or a hair clump. I like that a lot. Now it's just going to go into a standard mop wash. There's that fan. I think that's from charging. Now it says it's mop washing, but it hasn't started yet. There.
Start dehydrating mop pads.
Very quiet. Wow, that's one of the quietest. I can barely hear it. You just hear a hum. Now, I did hear another fan kick on for the charging, I think. So I think it will get, once it gets charged, it'll get even quieter, but. All right. People have been requesting this to dump it into a clear container. Nope, it's cold, but it does wash with hot water. Now don't touch those. Those are hot. Those hot pads. We had a really good auto empty event. No hair wrap, but we do have hair wrap here. That is, that could be a problem. That is quite a bit of hair wrap on the side brush. This one that extends, this one that extends a bunch, it may start to fray it more on the end. It looked like it was making a little bit more contact, but no, this seems very, very well designed. There's everything off the floor. Pretty incredible. Make sure this is in all the way. There, that's can be a little trouble putting that back on. Okay, let's tell it to clean carpet. We haven't done this for a while. Let's go old school. We're gonna clean up a big mess on the carpet over here. And I'm gonna take this to my home today. I'm way too excited to use this at home. There's the mop pads. You can leave it back at the base station. I've got it on max boost, so the highest it can go, 2 passes. I had to use blonde hairs. There's a bunch of blonde hairs, so it doesn't sense them as an obstacle and try to avoid them. Not loud on carpet. That's max boost. It's going to be annoying, but it's not super annoying. I've been gearing the website up for all cordless vacuum cleaner reviews, wet, dry floor mops, carpet cleaners. I've reviewed a bunch of these in the past. I just bought some new ones that are current, and I'm putting them on the website, justadadapproved.com. There's kitty litter right there. That's super hard to pick up off carpet. All right, it's made the box. Now it's going to go in the box and start going back and forth in nice straight lines. I'll be anxious to see if it's got a wobble. Maybe a little bit, but not too, just when it first turns, I think. I've got it on meticulous, so it's got a really tight pattern. So far, so good. Yeah, this thing's a pretty good vacuum. Yep. There's even some Cheerio chunks, but there is a bunch of hair on this carpet. Oh, it recognized that Cheerio. It kicked it in front. I thought it was going to avoid it. Yeah, it's not liking that area. Thinks there's something there. Maybe that really dark stuff in the carpet. There's a bunch of hair right there. I haven't seen any hair clumps yet. Oh, first hair clump right there. I saw it pop out. That's pretty standard for that brush roller. Now it's going to do 2 passes, but we did get a clump. Now it seems to be vacuuming that area. That's good. I mean, this thing's going to be a great vacuum. You can just tell. No obstacle or anything. Looks like it's going to do the square again and then do the crisscross pattern. Here's that hair clump. Good. You typically don't see it till it turns. Nothing yet. May have vacuumed it. Sometimes it can carry it for a little bit before it spits that hair clump out. I think we're good. But I'll flip it over after it auto empties. Yeah, now we're getting the crisscross pattern. It's going to be an excellent vacuum. I'm glad I did this test. I'm anxious to take this to my home, start using it. Now, it still thinks there's something there, even though there's not. Not sure what's going on with that, but I did have a bunch of dark coffee on the carpet. It's like it split the room in half or something. Let's check it. Let's say the dog walked by and just pooped.
Low battery.
Oops.
Returning to the dock to charge.
Low battery.
Robot will resume working.
Okay, so at 20% it travels back. To be fair, it charged up to what, like 26, 28%? So, darn. I'll do the optical avoidance test. I'll do the ad versus reality. Take it to my home, live with it. Let's check the auto empty. And then we'll flip it over and check it. But I think it's turning that brush roller. Yep. I'm almost positive.
Starts charging.
Nothing. I did hear it turn a little bit, but I would like for it to turn more, but we'll see. Oh, I bet it can't auto empty because battery's low. Darn. Well, let's just force it. Or the task, sometimes the task is, you know, they don't do it because the task is complete, so. That's just a logic thing. That's nothing to worry about. It did take a picture of my shoe. Ooh, that was different. The robot lifts up.
Mop pads installed.
Huh. I've never seen that. Let's go to dock. Auto empty.
Mop pad drying complete. Start auto empty.
Yep. We're getting brush roller spin. Yep. I love little improvements like that. I think that's the coolest thing when they can just make little software enhancements that do a lot. No hair wrap. So again, I think it spins these, which is, I think, is important because sometimes you get hair clumps. You get a few hairs around there, nothing too bad. These things get a little heavy. Really good auto empty event. Yep. Nothing to see here. And this will be fun to check. You can check for puzzle pieces or something. There's all those blonde hairs I was telling you about in the confetti, the kitty litter, which is hard. So, yep. Excellent job of vacuuming. I don't see anything going on here that causes me concern. The filter's not clogging up too soon. There's getting to be a little debris in there, so a little of the fine stuff. So excellent robot vacuum cleaner so far. Bunch of notes. New, important, can take a photo and upload it for the custom optical avoidance beta. New, mop and side brush extend a bunch. New, bagless dock. New, it spins the main brushes right before auto empty. So you'll see this in the full review on my website. I've got my scorecard. I may put some notes here, but again, this is the real world scorecard, so I have to live with it first. Parts are gonna be, this is MOVA V70 parts, MOVA V70. This is also Dreamy X50. This is gonna be relatively inexpensive. I like that they reuse parts. Even though it's doing a lot more, the parts haven't changed. And since these have been around a while, we're starting to get some good generics. So on my website, I've got some links to some good generic kits. I don't know what's going on with that. I hope it's still available. Again, the link, it's not shown on Amazon. I check Amazon every day for new robots. And plus I get people texting me or not texting me, but sending me emails or chats or something, letting me know, hey, it's on sales. And I immediately went and bought it. I paid full price. I just wanted to get it here as soon as possible. It was $1,400, but that link is gone. I hope it didn't get caught up in that FCC band because this thing looks pretty cool. Now, the MOVA S70, the roller, is at my house. I've been using it now for a week and a half. Wow. That thing, there's something a little different about it because it's cleaning extremely well. The dirty water tank was stinking. I forgot to put an Efferent tablet in there. But that also told me that it's picking up a lot of dirt. And I looked at that dirty water tank and it's really dirty. So the MOVA S70 is performing extremely well at my house so far. It's got a ways to go, but there's just, like, it's catching my attention. Like, there's just something really cool about it. So, and this one looks pretty cool. I can't wait to take it to my home. I've got the Roomba 775X. It looks to be, it's okay. It's, you know, it's $1,000. It's not $1,000 robot. It's very old. It works though. Whew. We're not going to have the fiasco, hopefully, like we did with the Roomba 705, which was a piece of junk. This one at least works. It's just loud and noisy and it does an okay job. So, and it doesn't have many, like, it's got maybe 1/10 of the features and the settings that this has. So again, it's at my house. I'll definitely, I did buy it with my own money and we'll see. I'm going to get the whole new Roomba lineup. I've got the 415X. It's pretty underwhelming. So Dreamy. Wednesday, I thought they released one that has the duster, the X60 Max or something. I don't know. I thought this would have had the duster, but it doesn't. I told my wife, I said, we're going to get a dusting robot. And this one's not. So hopefully Dreamy is going to release that. But again, it may be caught up in this ban. I have a whole video on it. I'm tracking it. I've reached out to the manufacturers. They're going to come out with a press release. It's kind of a general statement, but thankfully there are good robots that we can still buy. I mean, I just love the new and fancy ones. I love the new electronics that the electronics they're putting in this are helping clean your homes better. So again, thanks everybody. Check out the website, justadadapproved.com. I'll be still purchasing the robots as they're released. But I'm definitely been doing a lot of wet, dry floor mops. I was doing this before the ban. I might be ramping this up a little bit more because I got best robot or best cordless vacuum, best corded, best wet, dry floor mop. I've got about over 50, about 60 of those right now. There's some standouts, but nothing like robot vacuum cleaners. You know, there's this world of robot vacuum cleaners. There's nothing like it, where you can have absolute garbage and you can have ones that are just absolutely amazing. So again, check out justadadapproved.com. These are the latest robots that are already approved. You can see my list at Dad's Top Picks, all the reviews, all the scorecards. More exciting news on that website coming. I know people are wanting to put two robots side by side and compare them. I hired a company. I'm going to have them develop that. It just takes a while. So again, thanks everybody. If you could, please like, subscribe. Now, the best place to go to find these robot vacuum cleaner picks is justadadapproved.com. Up here in the top header, you're going to see best overall vacuums, best for pet hair, best under 1,000, best under 500, and best under 300. Let's check best overall. I don't give you 20 picks. I give you 5 of my top robot vacuum cleaners with the score, but I have all the information to back it up. If you want to read the full review, why did I pick the MOVA V70? Let's go see the full review. You can see the videos that I have right here to back it up. I have my 3-month real-world score test, my real-world testing results, cost to own, my robot specs that I think are important to robot vacuum cleaners, some quick buy it if, skip if, and then a simple review. Thanks everybody for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button. Also check out where you can find all my approved products on my website, justadadapproved.com. You'll see a little link to it here at the end of the video. If you click on that, that's going to take you right to my website.